Last time on Sailing Britican. Simon shows us how to get to Thunderbell Grotto from Pig Beach by dinghy. We all snorkel and enjoy loads of fish and one shark. Both Simon and Andrew jump through the top of the caverns. I give a lowdown on how to treat your anchor with kindness while Andrew demonstrates. We then motor to an area near Iguana Beach. And once anchored, we head over to check out the iguanas. Then we do a bit more snorkeling. Okay, so the bilge is pumping. We've taken on a lot of water.
Is the water still coming in?
We're gonna look and see if the water's still coming in. We think it's from a burst pipe on the engine. The floor is soaking wet. Andrew, it's hot in there. Okay, we're hoping that the...
it's fine.
Yeah, it's not, we're not taking in...
No, just sticking the right. So okay, so okay, see this?
Yeah.
I want one of them.
Okay.
Have you got one of them or not?
No.
You haven't?
No. I'll look, but I don't think I have one. Can we take one off of someplace else, maybe?
No, no.
Alright.
Yeah. Right, I'll have to check that to see where the hole is.
Okay. Is that what blew?
That's what's blown, that's what's gone.
Alright, well, for the time being, we're sailing, but if we have to use the engine, can we use it?
No.
There's not enough water going through, is there?
Not really.
Okay. There's just water all over. And this is salt water, isn't it? It's gotta be. It's raw water system, yeah? So that means I just turned the bilge off and the bilge hasn't kicked back on. That means that the keel isn't filled up.
Oh no, there's no water in it. In theory, there's no water.
Yeah.
There is water in it, but it's only like so much.
Right, and it's sloshing.
So much, then I would start to worry.
Yeah.
But because it's only so much, I'm not worried at all. Now the engine's off, there's no water
coming in. Yeah.
That'll pump out in 5 minutes flat, sort of thing, you know.
Okay.
So and when you think you're scared about the batteries are actually up quite
a lot
higher.
higher.
A lot of water.
Yeah. Okay, so there's the automatic bilge. So that means it just hit the level where...
So I would just put it back on, switch it on and get it pumped out. What I want to do is once it stops going automatic,
yeah,
then we'll just pump the rest, then we'll just pump it out. Because if there's no more water coming in, it's not an issue.
So the water's going down. Andrew's trying to lighten the, what is it? Lighten the
load.
Lighten the load. Lighten the atmosphere.
Well, the bilge is now. Alright.
Bilge is, yeah. I think once you realize it's coming in from the engine and not the outside, like a stopcock or something, you feel a bit better because you can stop it. Yeah.
Plan of action is we're just sailing straight to England to buy a new pipe. Because it's going to probably take about as long to get the pipe.
That's another thought. Well, we've got to wait here for a few weeks anyway, so...
Ah, but you know this, you could probably pinch one from another boat. Well, we'll have one of them spare, bet you.
We do know other oysters in the area.
Just a standard elbow
yeah.
Elbow joint, you know. So
what
we're going to do now is we've gone through all our spares of pipes, which are rolling around down there, and we've got 5 spare pipes, but not the one that we wanted. So we're going to make do and botch it all up. Yes. Good old fashioned botch up job. So as long as we get it sorted, it's not a problem.
Okay, we just got to get the engine to run for like a mile, we're thinking? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can sail us in.
And then we're going to anchor.
Don't worry, never think that. You always tell me think positive. Yeah. PMA. So we're going to get think positive. It's going to be fixed. I'll butch it up and we'll get in. No problem at all.
Okay. Yeah. And what? Do you get to say the famous saying now?
Yeah. And Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt.
I don't feel good.
Yep.
First of all, it was swelly, and then
the heat.
And then when we opened the engine and saw Niagara Falls coming out, and then the heat hits you. And then you're trying to look up inventory on your laptop and everything's going back and forth. So I think I've done good actually. You haven't seen me sick once yet.
No.
I mean, sometimes I lay down. But
mind saying that, I have my head upside down there,
Yeah.
and I could feel myself going a bit crazy.
Yeah.
And it's just the heat and just want
Yeah.
fresh air, get out of there.
Yeah.
But once you're out, you're all right again.
yeah.
So I'll go and spot you something now.
Me and Sienna were sitting up here, and just now Simon was in the lower cabin and with Andrew, and the engine just started by itself. So
I'm thinking is like, you know, when you jump start the starter by putting a screwdriver on both, I think something just arced across. So all we've done is switched off all power,
all the battery
all
power.
the battery power going to the engine.
It really freaked me out because Andrew turned off all all battery power, and he turned off the stuff that controls the automatic pilot and the plotter. So at first I thought, oh my gosh, we've lost everything.
Yeah,
but then it came back.
but it came back. And
Yeah.
and if that happens, we've got this our secondary one on the iPad,
Yeah.
and we just do it that way. Or if that goes down, then we do it the old-fashioned way.
The prognosis is it is
split.
and we don't have a spare one, so I'm going to use this stuff and hopefully that'll botch it up temporarily till we get to Georgetown, and hopefully we'll get another one of them.
Permanent self-boiling, no adhesive, water and airtight. Protects wires, wire bungees, boats, RVs. Repairs radiator hose, garden hose, exhaust hose, plumbing pipes, air ducts.
It's supposed to be Wonder Tape. So one of my readers sent me a note saying to get this tape,
Put another one around it.
and so we're gonna give it a go. The hose is cracked, so we're hoping this tape is gonna seal the crack.
We put the sealant back on, tape around it. We're now going to start putting it back together now.
It'll have to come off.
Yeah.
And then it'll have to be cleaned up.
Yeah. That's natural.
That's what normally happens?
Yeah, normally the beeper goes.
Okay. Fingers crossed.
Right.
Okay, the engine is
No,
started.
it started automatically.
Switch it off!
Started off automatically again.
Take the battery off. Andrew just put the pipe on the bendy pipe, the elbow pipe, onto the Perkins, and Simon turned the battery on and came up to start the engine, but it started again automatically. So we switched it right off. So there's days like this that you think, I don't know if I can do this.
You're gonna die.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna die, but this just isn't fun, is it? It's okay, honey. You are safe. We got land right there. So we're sailing right now, 7 knots. We've only got the jib out, and that's reefed to the first point there, you can see. And at this current moment in time, we do not have an engine. It's quite swelly today. I haven't actually looked on the map as to where we are, but we're probably on the Atlantic side because we're getting some swells, some pretty big swells here. Bit of a bumpy ride.
Yeah, I've just called Andy Willett, and he has told me that it's not a major issue, but what we need to do is, once we start it, is we need to disconnect the starter motor, because what that could happen is it could, because it's shorting out and it's starting,
It could just keep running.
It just keep running, and
Yeah.
it makes everything go run really fast, and we could have a fire.
Gotcha. Well, we don't need a fire today, too.
No.
It's not sticky. It's not a sticky stuff.
I think it sticks to itself,
It
so you
sticks to
have to
itself, you
wrap
have
it
to wrap it
around.
around.
Yeah.
But what it does, it eventually stick to the stuff. But perfectly stick it on,
Yeah.
but you can just peel it.
Yeah, yeah.
And if that edge is lifted up like a little kink like that,
Yeah.
it'll still come through.
Right. So is it worth wrapping it several times around?
That's what I was thinking, but I don't really know. Right. There you go.
Okay.
There's your boat chop job.
So we'll see how that
fingers
goes.
crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
You switch the what's the name on down at there. I'll start the engine up here, and then.
Do you want to wait and see if the engine starts by itself again?
No.
No.
Okay, so you're gonna start it, and then somebody's gonna take
And then we'll take the nut off.
the nut off the starter motor.
And once we're anchored, we'll then switch the engine off again.
How about we just switch the engine on and keep it on into that, and then we'll turn it off when we get in.
I need to check it first for
Pardon?
you need to check it first for the water coming out first.
Yeah.
That's the first priority.
Yeah, that's the first
priority.
priority.
If it's pouring out,
But I'm saying we need the nut, the bolt ready to take that off. So we put this stuff on the inside where the crack was, and we put the tape on the outside, and hopefully that should work perfectly now. We just let it dry, and we're now putting it back on.
Okay, so Andrew's putting on the elbow pipe that's been mended with the JB weld and the tape.
So this is the culprit here, and just put it back on there now.
Jill. We've got half a mile to go before we need to turn into, and we need to get the engine going. It's not starting.
Okay, the engine's not starting. Try it now.
No.
So we don't have an engine. We're gonna sail in. When we realized we couldn't start the engine, we noticed we had a Wi-Fi connection, so we started looking up on YouTube trying to figure out how to jump start our starter motor.
I've got three options.
Okay, we just moved the sail to the other side.
Okay.
We're still alive!
No, just leave it there a second.
You need to come up more. You're heading right for a rock. Okay, we're still sailing in. Andrew's down below, he's got a screwdriver. He's gonna try and get the starter to start.
Please, I'll be much more comfortable because all the power's on this side. All right.
What's that?
Like a little bath.
Oh. I must have a very strong heart.
Okay, so this is the route we planned. We're in Iguana Beach. We go out, travel down to the outside of Georgetown. A lot of people going this way, but with our draft we decided to go this way. Where we had the problem was right at the beginning. We actually got the alarm as we came to about here. We came out around, tried to get back in, and then I decided to stay out, put the sails up and sort out the problem. But the engine restarted here and the engine restarted here. After that we disabled it and we sailed all the way down, and we thought what we would do is just before we get into here we'll restart the engine and motor in after we'd done a slight repair on the problem. Gets to here and the engine didn't start, so then we just had to get the headsail out and we sailed in through all these reefs around back down here. Here was the most difficult part because we had to jibe through here and back up. But what we did do is we didn't sail into here or here. We actually went in, where is it? Sorry, Elizabeth Island. We went into here and we anchored here. We anchored there because the reefs were too close and the wind wasn't in the right direction to get into here. So better safe than sorry, we anchored here.
We are anchored
In Elizabeth Bay.
in Elizabeth Bay. I think we're right next to Georgetown. We got plenty of room to swing, and all we did was we kept the sail powered. Well, yeah, Simon had me hold the sail, so I was letting the jib in and out, powering and depowering, and coming into wind and out of wind, into wind to slow down and then speed up.
Well, we were close hauled.
Yeah,
close hauled to where we needed to go, so we were really lucky. And I kept powering in and depowering it, going up into wind, luffing the sail up and then bringing it back, and got everyone ready. Kim then depowered the sail, and Andrew, luckily we had Andrew on board because he could drop the anchor, and we anchored. We're anchored in 7 meters of water, which is unusual for the Bahamas. And I'm just checking the wind, and we've got steady wind, nothing too much to deal with. And at the moment, Andrew is downstairs phoning his brother, who's an engineer,
To find out how to jump start the starter motor, right?
Yeah.
I have to say, my whole entire body is shaking. And Sam's okay, but that was scary. I mean, we've never been here before. We're sailing in, it's the Bahamas, where it's super shallow everywhere. Sam did a great job as always, and we're now anchored. Usually, at this point, I would say, I'm just gonna go have a couple glasses of wine, but I don't even think I can have wine right now. I think I just need to maybe breathe.
This burst, so I've botched it up and split it, and it's still dripping, but it's enough to keep us going. Now the water was coming out and it was spraying all over here, and this one here was smoking a bit. Now she started herself when we just put the power on, and now it's without the turn the key, but I want to see if I can jump start it, because what we've done at the moment, we've actually just come into a sheltered bay and got shelter, and we had to use the sail to get in there, and we've got the anchor down, so we're safe, but I want to be able to get this engine going again. Can you let me know how to jump start it, please? And then that'll get us up to Georgetown, and then we'll be able to see a mechanic and we'll get up there and he'll be able to have a look at this. Thank you very much. Cheers, Paul.
Andrew's brother's been on the phone with Simon and Andrew for like the last hour, walking them through what they need to do. I still feel sick. I think it's been maybe an hour since we've anchored. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right?
I've just connected this wire here, and this is all burnt out here, so I'm just keeping this lifted up away from anything there, and I'm just going to jump start this now.
Right, hang on, do you want me to, hang on, I'm going to switch it on.
Okay. Jump start this, so put it there. I'm just about to jump start this, so put it there.
Okay, it's time to switch the power on.
Nothing.
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 Nothing, Bob.
Nothing.
Nothing.
I'm going to take this
Okay,
off.
so now they're going to try and just jump start the starter to make sure that that is indeed working.
Okay.
Ready.
Okay. So is it looking like the circuit board is the big problem?
Chris says over helping, and what we thought was it was the wire from the switch down to the starter motor, but that we've got continuity on that, so we're just trying a few other things. So one step forward, one step back, two step forward, one step back. So, but we're getting there.
And look inside there, because your circuitry is underneath,
Yeah.
and you may see that there's just rust, and you can see it on this side. Solenoid.
That's the starter motor.
So this is
Single.
Green single, which is pin 1 on the start relay.
see if you also green to here.
Green there, which goes to this relay, which is that one, which is the start relay. Okay.
That's the normal alarm we get.
Just run.
Just run. You heard it, didn't you?
I heard it. Was that a good sound?
It's on. Is that a good noise?
Was that a good thing?
Well, I was actually rather hoping the engine would start.
Oh.
I'm just
You're just cutting tape.
cutting
That's all.
tape.
Okay.
Strip it back and just connect the start switch and see if the relay clicks.
Yeah.
Everybody really being quite emotive out there.
The motive, yes, and so we changed everything around. Because we took the females off the old ones because they were corroded. So we wired it up. We took one off at a time so we wouldn't get it wrong. We go around.
What are you talking about?
The females to go into the relay switches, and we got the new relay switches, and we got ones from the same company that were supposed to be like for like, but they're not. So they've actually swapped them over. So no wonder nothing's working.
Yeah. And stop. Yeah. Yeah.
Stop!
Perfect. It's all good. Just give them a thumbs up.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, I wasn't sure if we should be expecting it to start or not.
I know.
That's not coming yet.
Okay.
Okay, stand by.
Stand by.
Standing by.
Moment of truth.
Yeah, moment of
Stand
truth.
by or stand back?
Oh! Woohoo! Yay!
Well, I just want to say thank you to the boating community. You know, we had guys on yesterday, and we've had guys on today, and we found out what the problem was, and it was a very simple one, stupid one, but very simple. And like yesterday, I helped somebody move that wasn't confident because they had no engine and they needed to get out from being out really here to inside, so I sailed it. And then today somebody helped me, so I paid it forward yesterday and I got it back today. Just brilliant.
Stay tuned for clips from future episodes. If our story about taking on water and engine failure didn't turn you off the idea of setting sail, and if you haven't yet purchased a sailboat, please grab a copy of my free guide, How to Buy a Sailboat. There's so much information nowadays that it's hard to figure out what you need to know to make educated decisions. Buying a sailboat is nothing like buying a house, and it certainly is nothing like buying a car. How would you feel if you finally got the boat but then discovered it wasn't the right boat for the right value? My guide outlines 10 steps to boat buying. It will provide a clear perspective about some of the issues involved with buying a boat so that you don't get caught out. Here are some clips from our future episodes. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get notified.
Italians.
And this is our large alternator, which
And fiscal maps. They are tripping me out.
just got the backstay repaired. This is a bar that's closed, but we have opened it up.
So go in the side and pick your partner. It's probably going to be Hayward, right?
Woo! So that's the Dominican Republic.
So we're getting classes here. We were doing 5 years, we were doing 6, so we were doing.
If you'd like to see videos about sailing, destinations, how-tos, marina reviews, and more, please support our channel by purchasing one of our sailing guides. Join the thousands of people that have already purchased our guides to get information that will save you money, provide practical tips and tricks, in addition to helping you get out and enjoy boating. Or if you're not in the need for helpful how-to information and checklists, buy one of our high-quality nautical t-shirts, beach cover-ups, and other nautical gifts at our Etsy shop. We also have a lovely community of Patreon supporters too, if that's something you're interested in. Links to all of these resources can be found in the description below. These educational and hopefully entertaining videos are made possible by the profits made through our guides, t-shirt sales, and Patreon supporters. To keep them going for free, please support Sailing Britican today.